Hey-oh.
So what is going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another Borderlands 3 video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Maxi-Moze, the level 72 jack of all trades Moze build. This build can do it all. Iron Bear or whatever you want to do, damage, you cannot be killed. This thing has it all. Guys, if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise let's get straight into this video. So as you can see from the footage, it doesn't matter whether it's a Guardian takedown, Hemovorous, or whatever the content, this build has more than enough damage and enough versatility to take on any content in the game. So first of all, let's get into the skill trees. So the first skill tree that we're going to look at is the green tree. Now, one of the really big advantages of this build is that we're going to be using bottomless mags to keep our next 2 mags anointment up permanently. So we're going to cap the bottomless mags tree, taking all the usual suspects here, going all the way down to the bottom. Then on the purple tree, we're going to be taking 3 for big surplus for that extra damage whilst our Iron Bear is on cooldown. Then we're going to be going all the way down to short fuse. Note here that we do not take Vampire. We are going to be using the Sapper Com primarily, so you do not need to have Vampire here. Feel free to swap these comms when you're bossing though, because while you don't need that extra like healing from the Sapper, you are then able to use a Minesweeper or something like that just for bossing. If you're mobbing, I do recommend the Sapper. You've got more than enough damage with Moze. You don't need extra damage, but that's personal preference. I'm using the Vanquisher pods here. You could use Iron Cub if you wanted to. That's just personal preference as well. Then finally onto the orange tree, we have 5 points into armored infantry, another 5 into drowning and brass, and then finally finish off in the skill point in distribution in experimental munitions. It is a really simple build, but one that is very, very effective for all the content in the game. Then onto the gear. So the gear is split into 2 sections. If we're taking on Hemovorous, then you can use the 2 plague bearers here in fire and corrosive to absolutely destroy Hemovorous. If we are using the plague bearers, I recommend that you use an Infernal Wish here and a Sapper with this splash, torque and heavy weapon damage on it. And we have a toboggan here as well. We have a CMDT for some on grenade thrown, but other than that, it is really, really simple. Slide, hit the Hemovorous directly with the plague bearer, and you will see huge chunks of damage come off that boss. Really, really simple. But if we're doing some mobbing, you have 2 choices in here. We have the OPQ system, which obviously is a top tier weapon right now, and the Reflux. Now, the Reflux isn't something that's usually used on Moze, but it actually works really, really effective because those chains can proc short fuse and torque cross promotion, dealing really good damage to mobbing enemies. There are a ton of other weapons in this save file, and while we're talking about the save file will be in the Discord, so you will be able to grab all these nice weapons, perfectly rolled in some cases as well, just for you. There is the Unkempt Harold, the Flipper, Yellow Cake, No Pew Pew. There's a couple of other comms as well in here for the Minesweeper, for the Blastmaster if you wanted options like that, as well as even a Rocketeer if you need that as well. In terms of the gameplay loop, it's really, really simple. You can use the rockets for mobbing as well if you want to, but it can become very boring because you literally just kill everything, which I know sounds stupid, but you fire the plague bearer above everything and everything dies. However, if you want a little bit more challenge, you can use actual guns and actual weapons. Swap over the Sapper Com to something with, you know, weapon, pistol and SMG damage, and then just take on the content casually. You will not die as long as you're doing damage to enemies. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise I'll catch you on the flip.